Hey gang, good evening. I am not muted, that is wonderful. How we doing? We are gonna, as usual on a Friday night, we are gonna do some cities. And we're gonna mess around with the lovely Netherlandsy stuff that we added the other day. So we do have another section here to sort out. You can see the difference between one looks good and one looks like poop. But I had an idea. What's going on there? I had an idea about the city during the week. And what I really want to do is we have this area over here, which I don't want to get too far into building just yet, but I would like to connect up a road over here somewhere, a highway, and get it hooked up to our existing highway. Possibly in this area, because that's where that junction is there. But that obviously means a little bit of liberty needs to be taken with some of this stuff. Maybe we need to put, like, come through these farms and stuff. Hi Woody, how you doing, my love? Just explaining that I want to demolish some stuff to put a highway through the middle of it, but so that we can kind of open up this area here a bit, and we can put canals and new buildings and stuff in here. But I think in order to do that, we're going to need some kind of connection through here. So I think we're going to kind of be a bit drastic today, as I like to be, and possibly come through here with a highway. But hi Woody, I hope you're doing well, my dear. Happy Friday, happy weekend. So we're gonna do some stuff today. We're gonna do some stuff. And this is so that when the bridges and port stuff comes out, which I'm very excited about, we are kind of good to go with this entirely new area. Just in case it doesn't really fit into the new city very well. But I'm looking forward to that. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what I need to do first. But it might very well be just coming in here with a highway and anarchying in a highway where we think it's going to go, and we can build around it. Compulsory purchase those farms. Exactly, Woody. Literally gonna come through like that, I think. The issue I'm thinking is this road here is very close. And so that like that, and then this like this. And obviously I'm not going to do it like that, but this is just so I can figure out where it's going. And it'd probably be best to keep this on pause for the moment. That's fine. There aren't any buildings there. That will have to get moved, I think, or rebuilt maybe. But we can put secondary farms on the other sides and stuff. And then it is over here that's the more complicated. Just figuring out exactly where we want this to go. But you know me, I love doing something drastic. And for interest, we're probably not going to use the default like clove leaf, because that's huge. Let's see if we can do something a bit smaller. That's better. I don't like these default ones though. Just because it doesn't feel particularly safe. Maybe it's just the right angles I don't like. It's kind of alright. It's kind of alright. That fits better in there anyway, but we can build our own. Something in the middle. So, in order to get it through here, we are probably gonna demolish that again. We are gonna come back and elevate it. Elevate it like that. Because that does at least get us over this area. It's not the most realistic thing in the world though. Because what I would like to do is kinda not make it be elevated, but raise the ground up to meet it, so that actually we would end up with a slope either side. Which means like these houses would go, and definitely the ones underneath would go. That's fine, but that house would go. That house would probably go. I should literally just delete these whilst I'm doing it. So all that's gone. Those are all gonna go. All these paths are gone. All these are gone. You're very close to the edge, but I think you're probably fine. This road is going to go. You can get cut off there. Put her in that path. Something nice and drastic. Yeah, Woody, 29th. I'm very excited. It does look quite good. I'm very excited. Let's grab that and demolish that little bit. These houses are going, but the road underneath can stay. That doesn't work, but maybe. I am very excited for that DLC. Getting it finally integrated in the city. So I think this is what I'm doing today. I want to get this area over here opened up. And we can, once the DLC comes out, we can put canals and stuff in it and actually go somewhere fresh and build it to fit exactly what the DLC does. Because I'm worried that maybe it won't fit into this as quite as easily. But if we have an area we can play with in the city, we can then, once we know how it works, we can integrate it elsewhere. But opening it up with this highway I think is a good idea. So just doing this. Obviously it might have just been easier just to demolish everything here and start again, but there we go. Got another path under here. That's fine. Because what I want to then do is hopefully we can just do this. Like that. And it's probably a bit tall. We can get it shrunk down a bit as well. Definitely. Get those edges smoothed out a bit. But then we have little tunnely bits and stuff. And for instance, this one, this road here, might actually make more sense connecting up to there, say. The asset was quite good too. We do have that. That's what's going on here. There's all these Netherlands buildings. So that's what we did here. We have got another little section of Netherlands to kind of drop in here. But leaving that for the second, we might get to that later today. But it fits very nice with the city. And I do want to try out that cemetery because we do have obviously. Oh, we start stream. Yeah, it was last Friday. Last Friday we were doing this. So that is what we did in this section. I demolished this entire section and kind of rebuilt it with the Netherlands stuff, which all look very nice. Built a little market area. We did quite a lot. And what I do want to play with the that kind of modular cemetery stuff, because we had plopped in a billion cemeteries to try and fix this issue with the death care. So maybe there's some kind of nice kind of thing to do. Netherlands station is really nice too. I haven't actually looked at that yet. There it is. Simply because it's quite large and there isn't anywhere to put that at the minute, but maybe it is something we could put in this area because it's a through station, isn't it? Yeah, it's a through station, so maybe it could get put into this line and we get that hooked up a bit and it kind of be a centerpiece of this area kind of thing. Would be cute. Right, I'm just gonna close the window because doggos are doggoing. Here we go. But yeah, this job today is just to open this area up so that we can get on with that. Okay, do I want to get that to the right level, or should I do the level in a minute? I'll do the level in a minute. This is probably gonna do the same thing. Just wondering if I am going to be able to do this. No, I'm not. I'm worried about doing that with Move It. because I'd have to upgrade it anyway, so we're better off just redrawing that again, but building it elevated again. If we're going that way, we're going to hit that. Is that a reason to have a bridge there? That's probably kind of fun. And I'm kind of eyeballing it so that it's kind of parallel to the train line. Well, that didn't work, did it? No, thank you. Don't demolish that. We're gonna have to build this in sections, I think. But at least we have a start and the end point. We can just curve it in here. Or not. I think I've come a bit too close, unfortunately. Can we demolish that section and we will just draw a curve in from here. There we go. So yeah. It's all going uphill, so I think we will kind of like probably do a little cut through here, perhaps, or at least get the highway to be lowered down over the brow of this hill. There's no need to be too steep, but I'm going to keep it elevated coming through this area for the minute, just so that we can mess around with that at a later date. Straight would be good. A little section of non-elevated. It's just low because of the ground level. That's fine then. So these things, I think what we're going to have to do is get rid of the boundary. Just so that we can. Is it going to disintegrate it? Ugh. It is there, I just can't get to it. The game has gotten annoyed with me. Fine, I was trying and save here. I was going to try and save you. I'm literally just going to demolish those then. And we will rebuild them kind of split in half, I think. But we can come back and do this biddy bob. But what I'm going to do is, I don't want this many underpasses, so that one's fine. But these two just kind of need a new road. Let's get rid of anarchy. Might as well get rid of the road while we're at it. And we can just put more houses back on again. Just restructure that section as a tad, I think. Because we're going to have a road that kind of parallels the highway. Instead of going under it. Like that, and then we just need to restructure this a little bit. I think we can obviously redo all this, but we don't need these paths because we have the better way of doing these now. I'm just trying to keep some of the paths for posterity, but a bit of this we can redo. If I was annoyed that I was upset that I was going to do that, but I think we can do that and then connect this into there. So it's a bit wonky, but it's fine. There we go. Then we come back in here, we get rid of that. Let's do that. Not that one, this one, this. Ooh, that's fun. Watch out for that. Okay, that's fine. Elevate, or not elevate, but the opposite of elevate, through there. Let's just use anarchy a sec before I buy any tiles, just to do that section. And then we're gonna shuffle this way. Shuffle that one that way. Right, so we have, again, it's going up the crest of the hill. So, ideally we have a truck. Maybe we can get a truck prop. Because I want this to basically be that short. Perfect. Because these are the little farm equals. So that is that height. You don't want it to be too much taller than this. And then it does that. Okay, game. There we go. So a short little bridge. Because this is not a public right of way, basically. This is like the farmland stuff. And then we do the same over here. I'll probably grab our little truck. Bring it with us. Let's get it out from being underground. I need a little bit of headroom. There we go. And this then should hopefully basically just be flat. There we go. So over the brow of the hill is basically flat. And there's going to be a few little rise on either side. There's a little bit of a bump. Is that a bump there going up a bit? That can basically come down. And then we'll decide what happens with that side at some point. But over here, this is where we need it to be this height. Where's our thing gone? Did I delete it? I think I might have deleted it. Either I've moved it somewhere random and we'll never find it. But basically this over here needs to be our height, but a little bit higher for funsies because it's a main route. Let's get it flat, shall we? And then we can grab both, bring it down, but not quite as far. So there's a little bit of an extra bit of height. Shy, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here. Of course I'm still here. You're still here, Axe. Hi, Axe. How you doing? Yeah, I haven't abandoned you. I'm not at PAX, funny enough. How are you surviving, Axe? How are you surviving? Haven't seen Aussies in a while last day because of PAX, and haven't seen you either. Yeah, we need a designated place to hang out when the Aussies aren't here. I think that's what we need. Where should we hang out? I'm surviving too. I'm glad you're surviving. I'm all right. I'm glad it's Friday.
entertaining gentlemen callers in the whorish fashion. And now I have nuts to attend to.
Thank you for clearing your daily sausage roll, Axe. Please enjoy it with one or both hands, my dear. Horses. Horses on road. Floating horses on road. Horses in road. Nigella is wild. She is. She is wild. Game, thank you. Yeah, we're just demolishing some farms here and building a highway, as you do. Oh, it's a bit of a, feels like a bit of a steep hill, but I'm sure it's fine. Right, this bit, is this the same height? Microwave. Literally the same height as that. Okay, I think this is probably also a bit high. So we've got our little truck. We're just going to come down, and again this kinda needs to be tall-ish, just in case somebody was to bring something crazy down the highway, but I think that is probably a bit too tall. I hope you have had a good week other than just surviving without Aussies though, Alex. I hope life has treated you well. I've been so much more productive this week, it's crazy. It's unfortunate. There we go, so that is kind of a much better height, I think, for us to carry through the rest of this. All these trees on the highway now. Just finding every node. There we go. And then for some reason the game has decided that it needs to do this. So let's do a little slopiness up there. To try and get this up to the right height. Yeah, it's been very quiet the rest of this week without any Aussies. I think it's very rude for them all to decide to go to PAX. Get rid of some of these trees, but definitely all the ones that are on the highway. Because we need to sort out this hill, all these slopes I mean. Either side. yeah, it's looking not too bad. It's looking a bit wobbly there. Not entirely sure what's going on. And then we need to build some kind of intersection. Do we need to build it so that you can go either way? Or is that going to be like, do we need to build it so you can actually go right here? I think we probably do. Because then otherwise people are going to be coming down here and having to go. They'll probably come down here and they'll cut through there and they'll get back onto there and then come that way. If they wanted to go right. So we kind of do need a four-way. Annoyingly. Where does this power line go? We're going to take that power line out. We are going to take that power underground. For the moment. In the most realistic way ever. But it's just so we can mess with this a little bit easier. Those roads over the top are fine. But I'm going to take out everything else. I'm going to shrink this back down to being 2 lanes for the minute. Just because it's easier to manage when it's a little bit smaller. This is probably going to be a roundabout. Do I want to do the roundabout elevated or on the ground? Which is going to be the more important route, do we reckon? The answer is, who knows? Technically this has one route that way and this has 2, so having the... don't think it'll make a difference. The only thing I was thinking is the fact that where the roundabout isn't is going to be a kind of straight route, uninterrupted basically. I think the roundabout being elevated is probably better than in my brain. So let's get rid of those actually, because I think we're going to keep that as one road. Try and get it as straight as possible out of that, or maybe not, let's do it like that. Interesting. Thank you, Twitch, for telling me that I'm live. There we go. So that'll be the main route, left to right route. that they can just drive straight through uninterrupted that way. But this top route will be roundabouty. So let's grab this. And what I might actually have to do first is just demolish these roads underneath. Just so that I can get through with a square. Missed the first 5 minutes of stream. Yeah, nothing happened crazy. It's just me talking to myself. You get to miss the part where I check if I'm muted or not. So it's not too bad. In the bit where I always play an advert at the start anyway, to get the first advert out the way. So you won't have missed much, if anything. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm gonna be crazy a sec, and I'm gonna shrink this down to be a single lane there, so that I can measure out how big we want this roundabout to be. And I want it fairly big, because I want the entrances and exits to be far apart from each other. So I think 56 looks like it might be fun. So it's going to be quite a big roundabout. Okay, and then we'll get all these points to be the same height as each other. No. That one, that one, that one, that one. Control H to there, please. Thank you. Then we will draw the curves. How are you trying to connect to? Silly thing. It just looks a little bit overly. I grabbed everything by accident. Move this that way a little bit. Got an extra node on there for some reason. But if we get this all elevated, where is elevated? There it is. I can't remember half the time. So get it all elevated again so that we can draw our highway back underneath. There we go. get this connected up on either side. Don't want it two directional. Let's also get this coming straight out of there. Ish. Then, I'm a bit confused as to why these two things are different lengths. Then we need slip roads coming up. So hopefully we can do some shenanigans. Actually, we might not need to do clever. We can do this kind of thing. And will we do it this way? Let's do it this way. Which is obviously the wrong way around, but that's fine because we'll flip it. Off, turn them back on again. And obviously backwards again. Turn it off to get that straight. Turn it on again. And then flip it round. Okay. And then we can get rid of our middle bit, now that we got that in. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have put a roundabout on. Because if we connect into the roundabout, it's not working there. It does that, which is annoying. Bugger. There is an order of operations to do this, and I forgot it. Ooh, thank you. Thank you. Why are you doing that? Thank you. Thank you for that. Interesting. Right. Is it going to have to be like this? Which is obviously ugly. But we can move it like in a second and get it looking proper. But this is so that we can then demolish that, and we've got one super node that we can stick traffic lights on, and everybody's going to be governed by the same thing. I think because we've built this so big that it's just getting a bit confused. with what I'm trying to do. Like that. Do this. Super nodes. There we go. It's not the worst thing in the world, but let us upgrade all of these. Because I think things are fine like that. I think they're actually fine by being 2 lanes on these. It's just these end bits that need more. And we can get rid of this middle bit again now. There we go. And we just need to mess with these angles a bit because they're obviously all squishy now. Which is what I was wondering. Because that's going to go left. And then they got straight over there. So this one needs an extra lane on it, really. Kind of like this. Maybe. But is it weird looking? Because you got left, and that could be up there, and then round the roundabout for no reason. Or is that going to go up that way? And that's left. So you got 2 lefts and a right, and that one just needs to get wiggled a bit so that it's going straight up there. Or is it like that? Oh, the many questions. I think maybe this is what we do. We upgrade this to be 4 down here. Like that. So that I've got the extra lane. And then that can be 2 all the way down. And then it's just messing with all the lanes and stuff. To get all mathematics correct. Have an extra lane out. Or in, as it is. Yeah. And I just need to get this hooked up. Like so. Let's get 3 lanes hooked up here into that. Let's wonder why this is so far down. There we go. There's a little bit of a bump there, strangely. So I'm going to move this and it's going to shake everything up. Nope, good. Right, so Shall we do this first? And faff with these. So they actually look sensible. And if we got Control H those to that, so the slope actually takes place on the slope. And then we need to sort this out because it's decided to go underneath. It's decided to go in it. There's a weird kink here, which we don't particularly want. There we go. That looks a bit neater. Let's elevate this one over that, but not there apparently. And then we'll get this one looking nicer. Kind of like this-ish. Let's control that to there. You want town build that emphasises human first urban design and transport over vehicle first options. Yeah, I think that is a good idea. We're still waiting on bikes to be added to this game, which is crazy. But I'm with you there, Max. I'm with you. You're gonna build it? Excellent. Let's go. Okay, you build it. I will play it. If you build it, if you build it, I will be there. Because that sounds good. Sounds like Animal Crossing. There are no cars in Animal Crossing. It's not very human first though, it's all very animal oriented. I'm thinking of playing Manor Lords on Sunday. Which again has no cars in it. Simply what made me think of it. But we've got some Lego to build. I think we will play probably Manor Lords. Should be cute. I'm trying to get this to not be underground. Do you need me to draw you again? Is that what the issue is? There we go. Just to draw it again. When in doubt, draw it again. Right, this edge of this cinema is a little bit difficult to get to now. That was not what I was expecting. It's because I did the wrong thing. I need to Control H these two to that one, didn't I? Yeah. So obviously then this does this again. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, stupid game. So let's draw this bit again. Should have done it first. Can we get it to go underneath, please? Please, please go underneath. Oh, please. Oh, thank you. Now what are you doing? Oh, we got an extra node now. Ugh. And then it's gone squiffy again. Oh, come on, game. I know I'm doing something squiffy, but please can you just stop? I thought redrawing it the other way might help. It did not. Downgrade it and then upgrade it. Nope. I might just do that, you know, I might just do that. Say sod ya. And then obviously when I move this, it's going to screw up again. Yeah, it doesn't want to do that. It wants to put in a little bit of mug. What we need is to bring it down, I think. So that it's not trying to go uphill whilst we do this. Yeah, let's just do that and walk away, shall we? Walk away. Deny all knowledge. It's fine. Let's have 2 lanes going up, shall we? One for left, one for right. What is that? What? 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 Why is there a roundabout? Is it because there's that pillar there and it's decided that that's... I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. So again, we got the same issue over here now. So let's grab that. And we will do that. Perfect. Don't touch it. It's fine. this side. I think we need to elevate this. Elevate. H that to the same level. Which clearly didn't do enough, so let's get it higher, please, without you doing weird things. Or not, just do weird things, it's okay. Like, who wants that? Nobody wants that. Why are you doing that? Yeah, this is going to have to be a redraw that bottom section scenario. Feels like it's going randomly uphill, which nobody asked for. I'm going to struggle to play football in that corner. That's connected onto that. We're just going to ignore that. They're going to have really rubbish corner kicks. That's what they're going to have. A nice little bit of junk is fine. That needs to be 4 lanes while we're here. Perfect. Those look silly. Just add in some extra little bits here so that we can remove the elevation on some of that. But then keep the bridges or not. Llama, hello, how are you doing? How's the stream, my dear? You're playing Satisfactory? I was lurking a little tiny bit. I did see you were playing Satisfactory. How did that go? How are you? We're gonna jump back over here a sec. And we're just building a city. We're just building a city. We destroyed people's houses. Llama raid! Yay! We've been demolishing people's houses, putting a highway in, as you do. But how are you, Llama? How are you doing? How are you doing, my dear? Trying to get this to put a bridge in, and it wasn't playing ball. dancing. Llama's doing a little dance. Llama raid. Llama raid. We love a llama raid. Not in an ad or anything, are we? No. Okay. Play for 8.5 hours. You got to head to bed because it's 10 a.m. Enjoy the cities. Keep the traffic lights. Keep the traffic lights a trend. Llama. We are gonna have fun playing some cities. I'm currently building a roundabout because I love roundabouts. I'm currently screwing up this football pitch, but yeah. Thank you for the raid again. Good night, my lovely. Anybody else from Llama's raid? If you are in the US, please immediately go to sleep because it's late. So yeah, go to bed. But we're just gonna chill with tunes and cities. So if you want to fall asleep to my dulcet tones, then feel free to do that also. That was a mistake. But this is the entire point of it anyway, so we have one trevor light for all of it. I am struggling though, folks, with this. It's not the easiest thing I've ever done. Do we need to move this? Does it need to be a funny shape? I feel like we've got too many nodes in here for a start. But this basically needs to come out that far, so it's not actually going over the pitch. But I feel like we have too many nodes in this. But we'll get there. We're going to do a little bit of finagling, to use the technical term, and we will eventually get this looking sensible. Because now it looks like a dog's dinner. Just squeezing this so that it wasn't going to be a big kind of oblongy thing. It just gets smaller. I actually don't like the extra lane on that, so I'm going to remove it and remove it in the wrong way. I just think it makes it look messy. But we'll get there, we'll get there. There's so many extra nodes in this. was going to say make that all elevated, but just needs to be elevated over the football pitch. It's not completely awful, she says, unconvincingly. What? Jay! Happy Week Friday! Happy Week Friday, Jay! How are you? Hi everybody, how you doing? Jay, how you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing? My chat's really small on that screen. Let's get it bigger so I can actually read everybody. Hi everybody, how we doing? How was Jay's stream? How's Lady J look? Come on. We're playing some cities. I've just been demolishing people's houses, as you do, to build a highway. So, but I hope you're all good, everybody. Hope everybody is good. And I'm just faffing with a roundabout because, you know, it looks horrible. It looks disgusting. But we're just doing that. But Jay, anybody else who came in from Jay's stream, if you need to go to bed or get some lunch, or get some lunch if you want. Get some dinner, get some lunch, get some pudding, get yourself an ice cream, go for a walk. Please do that. Thank you for the follow as well. Lovely. Jay, how are you? Please tell me how you are. Tea. Get some tea. Exactly. How are you, Jay? Please tell me immediately how you are. You have not told me how you are. I'm worried about how you are. Please tell me how you are. Gonna be popping some sausage and mash in your gob soon. Lovely. We love that. I love that for you. We all love a bit of sausage and mash. Delicious. Yum, yum, yum. But welcoming everybody. I am doing wonderful too. I've been a bit lonely this week because all my lovely Australians ran away from me. So it's been a bit lonely. So I'm happy to see some friends come in and say hello. It's been a bit lonely. I've got too much work done. I've been way too productive.
And maybe I shouldn't say this because I know it's a terrible cliche, but it's true. I find it easier using my hands, but you may use whatever implements you prefer.
Thank you, Jay, for claiming your daily sausage roll. Please enjoy it while both hands or whatever implement you may prefer. Delicious sausage roll with mash would be yummy right now. They ran out getting together.
Entertaining gentlemen callers in the whorish fashion. And now I have nuts to attend to.
Blossom, thank you for claiming your daily sausage roll. Your first most delicious sausage roll is always the best. Please entertain gentlemen callers if you wish as well also, but you don't have to. But thank you for claiming your daily sausage roll. Please enjoy it with both hands. But yeah, I want sausage roll and mash now. And some gravy. That's what I want. That's what I want right now. I'm going to do this as well. I'm going to do my little gravy command because I can.
I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy.
I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy. That's what I'm going to do. But a classic, exactly. Blossom, beef casserole with dumplings. Mmm, yummy. Save me some. Save me some, please. That sounds yummy. But yeah. I saw you playing. Were you playing a little bit of. Did I imagine you were playing Fortnite, Jay? Did you play Fortnite? Were you playing Fortnite? Did you play Fortnite? Did you play Fortnite? Did it say you played Fortnite? You were playing Fortnite. Did you get any wins? Did you get any vickies? Did you kill many people? Do you need to go to bed with some sausage and mash? Is this why you've raided me? Is this what's going on? You need to go get your sausages, curl up in bed with some sausages. Or is it because it's Friday and you're going out, or you're living the high life with your sausage and mash, or all the questions? I don't. Nobody's answering me. It's fine. As you can tell, I've been very lonely this week. I've been very lonely. I've like nobody to talk to. Just being a giddy kipper. Let us sort out some of this ugly terrain while I can, because I'm upset with this. I am upset with this. It's not going how I want. It looks ugly. So I'm just gonna do some terrain work. Try and make it look a bit nicer. This looks hideous. I want it to get it off this. That looks rubbish, that slope, but if I mess with this, it's going to screw up and I'm going to cry. Yeah, we're going to get that stupidness. Ugh. Ugh. I'm going to have a paddy in a minute. What we should do is put a retaining wall on that side, and then we can have that flat. Does that help? Not really, because that's trying to go up there. It's not working. Can't I have it elevated on one side and not on the other? I don't want you doing that. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I'm sad. You're making me cry. I just want it to be flat. I don't want you to do whatever you're doing now. Key wall. There we go. That sorts it. Perfect. My gosh, it looks horrible. It looks disgusting. Because that needs to come this way, this like that, really. Oh, I'm gonna cry. We've got an extra node in here, and I don't know why we've got an extra node in there. I'm struggling. At least looks a little bit better. But that literally has to be elevated. because of that bit. That makes that look better anyway. Look at those crazy lanes in the middle. I really want this to be 2 lanes. I'm sorry, I do. I want it to be 2 lanes. I'm going to have it as 2 lanes. I don't care what the game tells me I can't do. I want it. Because look, it does that. And you go, what stupidity is that? Just let me do it. Without doing whatever this is. I do that and then it gets all upset because it's trying to do stuff here. So can we shorten this stuff? Does that do anything? No, it just gets upset with me even more. I don't want you to do that long emerge. You start roundabout interchanges, not very good. Yeah, I'm struggling to squeeze this into this tiny little space that I can't. Why are you doing that? Why? Okay, I don't know what that is. I think I must be leaning on some button or something. Just trying to do a screen capture. Nope, can't get this to do anything different. So that's, I think we're getting as good as it's going to get. Really see the America. I don't know why Americans hate roundabouts so much. I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching. I think it was a reel or something on a roundabout or an intersection or something, but a roundabout in what I think was probably Canada, and where they had people were getting all confused and driving the wrong way around the roundabout because they didn't understand what was going on. But the way that they had the entrance to the roundabout, and they had a skip lane on the roundabout, and everything just made it look way more confusing than it needed to. And you're kind of going, it feels like you tried to do a roundabout, but you overcomplicated it by putting skip lanes on, by putting merge lanes and like multiple lanes coming together to get onto the roundabout and stuff. And it feels like you just overcomplicated it. And so the issue with the roundabout is not the roundabout and people not understanding the roundabout, it's the fact that you've overcomplicated getting onto the roundabout and all the lanes on the roundabout and stuff. But these are things I think about when I'm being nerdy and watching roundabout reels. Because I tend to like avoid skip lanes in cities too. Because we could put a skip lane right onto this and stuff, but actually, why? Why would you? Why overcomplicate it? That is janky. Okay, that's a little bit better. And you watch stuff like that too? Yeah. You watch enough City Skylines content, you start getting all the city planning stuff pop up. And I have got a degree in architecture, so I have got an interest in that kind of thing anyway. But, yeah. Late nights watching, and so I've just tidied this up and now I'm moving everything again. Late nights watching roundabout reels. Right. I think we are kind of there with the actual getting the lanes set up. And it's not the worst thing in the world. It's asymmetrical now, and that could all get moved closer to match and stuff, but it's fine, it'll do. We'll put trees around it and we'll never look at it again. It's fine. But what we do need to do is get the lanes set up, which is that one, like that. So we are going to get rid of that. Are we? Are we getting rid of that, or do we keep that? Because that is like highly unimportant. That is important. So if we do that, and so we have these two lanes doing that, and basically if you come in this right hand lane you can go round and round and round if you feel like. But then this goes to both. It does not need to go back onto the roundabout though. And then that can go to both. And it can go back on if it really feels like it. And then we do the same on this side, where that does not go right, it goes up there for both. This one does everything that way. That doesn't go up there, it goes up there both. That one can go everywhere that way. And then that one was fine as it was. I think that's correct. Everywhere, everywhere, Yeah, I think that is correct. There. Should get rid of that tree. We need to fix this pedestrian bridge that I demolished because it created a roundabout, strangely. Nope. Okay, do that. Here, people back on the bridge, lovely. Then the only thing remaining with this is to come all the way back over here and pop in I do need anarchy because I'm outside my area. We do this. And we go off the map. And we have a new connection. Yay. That was painful. That was painful doing all that. And then should have looked what I actually deleted in terms of farms, but let us put these farms back in before we restart the game. Or no, we'll do this. We'll restart the game and we can see what we've lost, if we've lost anything, and then we can replace it with whatever's. Come on, I want to do some fishing. I want to do some fishing. Get some fishing done. But I think it was the right decision, kind of sorting that out. Getting that going underneath. And now we get to see all the traffic that I make. It really would be better with 4 lanes, to be fair, coming in. You okay there? You know what you're doing? Did we? Oh, they are in the second lane to do that. That's fine. I was going to say, did we have a thingy for them to go left? But they are. Yeah, we could do with an extra lane coming in, because I think we're just going to make traffic. You refuse to take no for an answer, don't you? It's certainly not as free-flowing as it once was. Lots of lane switching going on. Which means to me that we should probably switch this instead of doing that. Literally, this lane can do it that way as well. And we'll do the same here, which is a little bit different. People are switching the opposite way. So we'll click on that and people can go onto there, and we remove that one from there. It is now chocker. And now they're swapping lanes again. I'm not sure there's any way around that, other than giving them the extra lane back. I think we need the extra lane. Yeah, there's lots of lane switching going on. So what that would mean, I keep clicking on the road builder, thingy bob, I don't actually want to. So that doesn't go there, it goes there, that goes into that lane. It's got 2 lefts, 2 rights, and then on this side doesn't go in there, goes in there, that goes in there. Okay, it does need to be 3 lanes at the top of here. Annoyingly, but struggle. It's getting all janky again. Keep doing it. Why am I? Something moved. Am I missing something out of this menu? That it means I keep clicking on the wrong thing. You do that so that you can go straight over if you really felt like it. How do you use this again? Actually, no, we'll do that. See, those go there. So that we have a dedicated left and a dedicated right, and then this middle one can go left and straight if it feels like it. Right. I won't worry about it looking squiffy for the minute. And all mucked up with this stuff. Too much. Because we might be changing it again in a minute. Oh, you're going at the same time, are you? Ooh, we don't want that.
I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy.
I don't want to be a pie, I don't like gravy. Should do that so we know everybody's going separately. Because I think it's decided because these are on the same side, they're going at the same time. Which isn't right. Nope, it's still decided they're going at the same time. Oh, please don't do that to me, game. No, don't do that to me, because it's not doing it over there. Oh dear. There we go, that will be fine. Where it's now snapped it. Yeah, perfect. This has been fun, but I don't think necessarily that this is going to work. We will probably need some kind of free-flowing thing. But maybe we just take the traffic lights and give them a free-for-all. But all that traffic going to get out of there? Perfect. So like only one, but like, where's everybody else not coming through there? Unconventional roundabout interchange. They don't normally look like this. Explain yourself, Woody. I think it looks amazing. People are getting off the roundabout very easily. I think the lanes that I've chosen on that side over there aren't correct. Like, that seriously can't be as long as the lights are for. Because that's why it's struggling to get out, is because the lights go for like 2 seconds. Why are you stopping? Something's squiffy there, because they're stopping after 2 cars. Lots of hesitating drivers going on. goes. We're gonna ditch that out of there, and we're gonna let you go that way. So is everybody gonna move there? Yeah. The reason the way it is so that they are one big super node. That they're all governed by the same traffic light. But you are correct. They just need to be further apart. Because I think the AI is getting scared by these cars being here. Because that improved things a little bit there simply by shoving this further away from that junction. It would be nice if there weren't trees in the way. Get out of the way, bus, so we can actually see what's going on. And you've all crashed into each of them. See, they love it. They love it coming around this roundabout. Why have you stopped? Stop stopping. Go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get backing up now. I think this side is a lot happier than it was anyway, and it might just because everybody's now taking a different route, but that is everybody's given up there because that's all blocked. Keep going. Stop stopping. I don't think the janky roundabout is working. I don't think it flows enough is the issue. So we could add the bridge over the top like in this one. I think you're saying, Woody. Do a stacked roundabout. So we could add the bridge going straight over the top, but I don't think many people. Obviously, we'd get rid of those people, but off of this, we would have to split all this, and we'd basically have to redo it. But yeah. So it is a case of scrapping this and redrawing it, and I might take a little bit of a liberty and kind of move it all to the side a bit in this kind of area, so we're away from this stuff, and we kind of just shift the entire highway sideways a bit so that we can get it looking less janky, because I think definitely having a straight bridge over the top is a good idea. Or I might go with a tunnel, to be fair. We put a tunnel underneath it, going straight across, and then have a roundabout on top. And let's do it without doing the super nodey thing, so that there is entrances and exits and they're all separate and stuff. But yeah, so let us scrap this get rid of all this traffic. Because what that also does is it gives us the benefit of being able to split these highways out again. And we get to choose how many lanes we want then. So let's just get rid of all that. I'm going to play it again so that all this traffic just disappears. Or at least floats off to the nearest road. Please get on with that. Getting on with it. And what I will do is we are gonna flatten all this out again. And as I said, I want to move this entire roundabout stuff, this entire intersection, away from that stuff. So once that's all cleared there, in fact we might as well just do that. Get it all clear, and we will start with 2 lanes. Going kind of here-ish. Maybe, or maybe even further. Give ourselves lots of space. Demolish a few more houses and it'll be fine. So that's our highway across, and we will get into that nicely. We'll mess with this entire curve, we'll sort it all out. And then the road underneath is going to happen. Which is from here to there. Like that. Obviously it's not good to do that, but I'm going to split it off. Like this. Then we're going to try and get it as a tunnel. Get rid of that angle. Make our life easier. Straight line, please. Or not. Do that. There you go. Which is clearly way too deep, but can I not target underground? Weird. Okay, I just can't see it. Change that to the same level and then bring that up. There we go. Why have you done it all that way? So we have an undergroundy bit and an overgroundy bit and a wobbling free bit. Need to get too involved in this because it's all going to change in a minute anyway once I have to switch everything around because I screw stuff up. Right, then we want a roundabout over this. That's going to be interesting a little bit here. I don't know why your house is still there. Going to get cut off there, and this just turns into a curly section. Whilst I was tempted to save this, maybe it's not in the right place anymore, but we will worry about that in a minute. We are gonna, well, this is already going anyway, so fine, let's get rid of that little path. Right. Roundabout. Let's do it kind of like that. So but with our 56, because I think 56 is a good size for it. Don't quite know why I'm doing that, but anyway. You're trying to snap down there. Fine, don't be 56. Don't actually need that anymore because we're going to put in the two separate bitty bobs. And I'm going to just connect that up to there for the minute in the jankiest way possible. I'm just going to get connected up so that it is done, and then we can worry about don't think it's actually going to let me anarchy that, no, but trying to get it to actually connect them to this without doing whatever that is. I'm actually going to delete those out. Now we know where they're going. This kind of feels like it needs to split out sooner. Like ish. Then we are gonna shrink these back down. I feel like we can start curving these from all the way back up here. Okay. If we curve him all the way back here, just go the other way as well. Yeah, shrink these back down for the moment. Go all the way back there. We should be able Don't like that these get closer together. Looks a bit weird. There we go. And then we put in some more lanes on these to then get these hooked up. So that's where those can go. What's going on here? It's just really low. Okay. Fine. There we go, and then we did I build this with actual road? Yeah, I did. Well, not road, but not highway road. And then we come off like that. Lovely. And then we should be able to slope you up to that. I would like it to be a bit closer though, maybe. Or maybe we end up with the same issue as we had before. Like that. Curvy, yeah, nice. Yeah, a bit of curvies, lovely. Curvies. I'm intrigued by the game's decision there. Let's just move this a little bit further away. That's rubbish. Let's try this entire thing again. Ugh, not this again. Not this again. Ignore it, it's fine. This really does need 2 lanes though. Because it needs to be 4 like that. My lovely double slip lane trick. You happy with it now, Woody? You're happy with my actual proper interchange Haven't watched Alan Partridge in years. New series, wow. I did not know that. That feels a bit excessive. So you got one lane off, which is fine. There shouldn't be anybody going over, but then this is left and that's right. And we've got two rights there and a left, which is fine. And then one left, one right, which doesn't feel like enough. Especially what we had before, so I think we do need to somehow squeeze in an extra lane off the off ramp. Maybe the lane tool can fix this. No, because they're different things now. There's no point doing that if they're going to do that. But what I am going to do is my little lorry trick of that is like twice as high as a lorry, and we don't need that at all. Twice as high as a trailer, so let's get this all shrunk down to a more sensible height. Because we'll have a job of figuring out what the heck is going on over here. And we've got a bus route coming through here, which is kind of annoying. That's a good idea. Stand up. I'll let you. You can use that. You can use that if you want money. I'll let you off. Bus route will probably not come in here anymore. I think that is what we're going to do. We are going to move this to up here, like that, and we're going to move this one up here. And then is there a little... Oh, there's another one here, so we don't actually need these ones anymore. Sorry, folks. And then we're basically going to trash that. And where's my lorry? Get rid of the lorry. So we can neaten all this up, but I want to, before I neaten it this time, I want to get it working. I think moving it sideways a bit was definitely a good idea because it was frustrating me being all squidged up with that. So let's get it going, and we will see. It'll probably take a little minute for any traffic to come along and get in the way. And we have no traffic lights, so it'll be a free-for-all. I'm tempted to add skip lanes, having simply mentioned them before, and just going there and just put skip lanes on, it's fine. That could probably be further to the side. I think just because that's curving up there on a funny angle. Oh, that little motorcyclist was zipping along there. Seems to be working perfectly. Almost. I think the priority thing would kind of solve that, but it never really works. Oop. We've got an extra lane here that's not even being used. Because they merge in and then they merge out again. I wonder if it'd be possible to do my little supernode thing but do it twice. Which obviously goes against what Woody's saying. Having separate entrances and exits, but so that these two things would be connected and then these two things would be connected. But anyway. It is working though. We've got a new highway. We've got our new highway in. Which was obviously the aim for today. Just getting this highway in, and we spent a very long time faffing with the interchange. But I didn't want to get too far in this anyway, because we do... we do want to kind of wait to work on this area over here till we have all the bridges and stuff, and drawbridges and whatever. What production have we now got? None at all. Carrots. I was confused where carrots was, and it's one down now. We don't have any demand for anything. So I think we just plop whatever we want in. Let's do some carrots while I'm talking about carrots. And we will get these farms back in before the end of today. I don't want to put two carrot farms directly next to each other. So I'm going to put one over in, these kind of the same size? They are similar sizes. So let's just do one of each thing, shall we? This big one can be a wheat farm, grain farm, because there's always huge demand for that. Did there used to be a road down the middle? Maybe. Can't remember. It must have been. Go. Then we will do. Let's do a little livestock farm. There we go. And then we'll do a big cotton farm. Just do it there for funsies. There we go. Right, so we need to sort these trees out. Just get rid of those. Obviously don't mind the ones in the middle of the field because that's why they're there. I think it was just that one. And then come back with some spruce. Make every single size. Should we get a bit of variation? Like that, a little corridor. Might as well continue that down here. Figure all that other bit out, but then we're going to turn this off. We're going to use that. We're going to shrink this down, and I'm just going to come in here and fill this gap up a bit. To hold all the soil and stop it from falling down the hill. Can't see behind my head. do a little bit off there just for funsies. And then orders just to try and mix it up slightly. Fill this entire area for the minute. There you go, a nice little corridor. We need to sort all these levels out now. You would have no idea of all the distractions you drive through here. But yeah, it seems to be working good. Except for there. I think while I remember, I will try using these priorities. Just to try and force them to do the correct thing. Which they won't. Because they're just stopping on roundabouts. And can we do anything to make this look nicer? We can do keyholes on the insides. See? Key? Nope. Am I doing something wrong? Have you not got the right level? Is that because you are a key? Yes. Thank you. Nope. There we go. It's looking better. Now these bitty bobs presumably have to be key walls there. Just to try and sort that out. getting a little bit busy. It's mostly because there's a traffic truck. And another one. And another one. All out doing the work. And I'm about to confuse them. Is that going all the way down? Crazy. And that side is fine-ish. I'm not going to worry about this being incredibly steep in here, because I think if we do this, it's going to turn it out for me at all. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to make the slope a little bit less steep, I think, where possible. Mess with this, and now I'm messing with it again. Stop fiddling with that, because it works-ish. Get off, get out of the way. It works when there's not traffic trucks in the way, so which is good. Which is good. We've got a lovely new highway connection all ready for more expansions and stuff. So we will save the game. There's a lovely screenshot of our junction, our intersection there, to remind us what we did. Well, that was funsies. Why is the game not closing? Thank you. Is it over? It is. I'm sorry. It is. It's over. It's over. GG's. Yeah, I am going to be back on Sunday, where we will build a Lego Game Boy. But that probably will only take about an hour or so. So we will do that. And then I think what I'm probably going to do on Sunday is we are going to play Manor Lords. Because Manor Lords had an update and I haven't played that for a while. So I want to see what that is like on Sunday. You into Legos? I do like Lego. I do like Lego. I've also got... This is a bit more of a Christmassy build, so I'm not going to do it just yet. But got the Lego Santa to build at some point as well. How many sets have I got? I have tons of sets. I have way too much Lego. I have too much Lego. I've got a little Lego city and everything. But yeah, so should we figure? Does it have a minifigure? I don't think this one does. I think it's just a solid block head that he has. The other one has the first one didn't it? Or I say the first one, the actual minifig one did. Let us see who we can go and say hello to. Well, there we go. Well, there we go. Exactly where I know exactly where I'm going. We raided them last week. We're raiding them again. It's all fine. More City Skylines content. Gonna raid Mr. Trashcan again. We're gonna go say hi. And we're gonna go hang out. So please come along if you would like and come say hi. There's my message. It didn't pop up straight away. But yeah, thank you for everybody for hanging out. We'll be back on Sunday. Lego, Mandalords, and probably Pokemon cards as well. But thank you everybody for hanging out. Lovelies. Bye bye.